Shenanigans. You know what's better than shenanigans?
Nothing is better than shenanigans.
Oh,
snap.
Well, that didn't start at the beginning, now did it? Who needs a beginning?
Nobody has
Welcome back to the Pantless podcast. Here's your hosts, Austin and Travis. Get away, guys. Hey, what's up? What is up? And I fail again on the intro. One of these days, I won't get that intro done
it's
right.
People fast forward through the intro anyway, so it's fine. They want to get to our faces or our voices if they're those type of people. They don't listen to that stuff.
Yeah.
But
How are
anyway,
you folks
welcome
doing?
back, guys.
Welcome
I
back.
hope all of y'all are doing great. I see nobody's in the live chat. We do not have a live chat. If we did, nobody's there.
Oh, okay.
Nobody's there.
We're not even there.
No, we're here, not there. But yeah, what's going on, brother?
Oh, not much,
Good
man.
time?
Just,
Good times?
loving life.
Loving life.
Getting down with the sickness,
Yeah. Oh, I was going to, oh, forget about it. It doesn't matter.
No, it matters. It matters.
No, because is it true? I haven't checked. I was going to check before we jumped in here, so I didn't sound. I messed up. Oh, we'll get into that too. The Eagles, are they a lock in the playoffs? Is that true? Are they in?
I think because they beat the football team, I think they're in.
They are in. Can you believe that?
I think they have to play the Cowboys week 1. Was the last projection I had seen.
Let's see. I'm actually going to look it up. And they are in. Yeah. So is it set? The playoffs are set? Let's see, Buffalo, New England,
they're
Cincinnati, Tennessee. I guess it's that AFC wild card's up. You've got the Colts, the Steelers, and the Ravens.
The number 1 in the AFC can still be. I think there's still like 4 teams that are eligible for the number 1 seeding in the AFC.
Sure.
And that's, I think, Tennessee, which is currently the number 1. Kansas City. Who else? They said New England.
For the number 1 spot. Tennessee, Kansas City are both sitting at 11 and 5. The Bills, the Patriots, and the Bengals are all 10 and 6. So it's super tight.
The Bills can't get the number 1 seat. No matter
what. The Patriots can.
The Patriots can, and I think the Bengals can.
Okay.
I think if Tennessee and Kansas City lose and New England wins, and like if New England's the only one of the 4 that wins, they get it. If Cincinnati's the only one that wins, they get it. And I think if everyone loses, Kansas City gets it. Kansas City or Tennessee gets it.
How many spots are in the play? Let's see what we can
there's
see here.
7 on each
7
side.
spots? Okay, because I see that the NFC is just waiting to figure out whether it's going to be the Saints or the 49ers in that final spot. Okay.
The NFC?
Yeah. Okay. Interesting. Okay.
I've heard trade rumors, possible Baker Mayfield going to Washington.
Oh, no, don't do that.
No,
don't do that, because I like Baker. I like Baker, and I don't want to ever even want to pretend to root for Washington.
As much as it might be an idea to have, I don't like the idea of it either. I don't think he's a very good quarterback.
That's fair. But maybe that's what Washington needs is, because they're always getting that. We've got the next guy. Like, maybe you need a guy that's like, he's not any good, and then that'll take you to the next level. Just go against your instincts, because your instincts are terrible, Washington.
Speaking of instincts, February 22.
2222.
They're gonna announce the new name for the football team.
Yeah. And there's no leaks out there at all.
Everybody's saying the Admiral's leaked.
Ah, okay. Interesting.
So I heard a report that there was a trademark filed in Virginia. I think it was Virginia. For Admirals. Or Georgia. It may have been in Georgia. They're like, oh, somebody in Georgia filed a trademark for Admirals. And that could have been Washington just trying to throw everybody off the trail by doing it in Georgia and then moving it to Maryland when it was ready. And they're like, no. That's just no. And I guess the Washington, like, that when they did their teaser thing, they showed like a flash of the new uniform and there was like a couple stars somewhere on it and everybody's like, oh, Admirals.
Or the generals. Right? I mean,
it's all
generals do admirals have stars? I know generals have stars. Do admirals have stars?
I don't know.
I'm not a Navy guy. I couldn't tell you.
I don't know.
I'll tell you, I do enjoy college football. As I was saying, the SEC is going to have a losing record this bowl season, and that makes me happy. They will be, after the playoff game, the championship game, they will be 6-8. Guaranteed.
Nice.
They, by far, have the most losses. I say by far. The Pac-12 is 0-5, so they have the worst record at 0%. And then the MAC is 3-5. Conference USA is 3-5, and so 5 losses is the second highest, and the SEC is going to be at 8 losses. So, yeah.
Well, there you go.
And then, the Sun Belt and the American Conference are both 3-1, and so they've got a 750 win percentage. But the Mountain West is the winning percentage leaders with a 5-1 bowl record. They are 833. So.
Very nice.
Look at that. The Mountain West.
Mountain West got some good teams in it.
Fresno State, Utah State, Wyoming, San Diego State. I guess there's the Hawaii was going to play Memphis. That would have been interesting, but that game's not going to play due to COVID-19.
Is Hawaii in the Mountain West now?
They have to be, don't they? Because Memphis is in the American Conference, aren't they?
Yeah, Memphis is American. Because Hawaii used to be Conference USA. They're a hard team to play in college, though.
Yeah.
Because
I mean, it would be hard, especially on those home. Like, can you imagine the jet lag that you have to experience when you go to Hawaii?
I remember there used to be like certain rules, like they had to play like something about their home games. There were some weird like sanctions that happened with how they had to do their home games. And I can't remember exactly what it was. I think they could only play in-conference home games. I don't think they could host like non-conference home games or something like that. It was weird. So you think you can make a comeback victory in fantasy?
It's going to be against you in football. It's going to be close. It'll be close.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be close.
You're just under 20 points behind going into this final week.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I got you. I scored really good in my first week, so
that's why we play 2 weeks, sir. That's why we play 2 weeks. What's the final projection? Has you beating me by 8 points?
Yeah, I've actually here the last couple weeks I've been playing above my projection, or I've had like 1 or 2 players play above projection. So I have my crappy players playing at or just under. I'm good.
Yeah. So we'll see. It'll be close. It's all gonna. If I lose, I'm gonna blame COVID. I'm not going to accept responsibility for that. And
I'm okay with that.
Yeah, we're just gonna say it's an off season. So
hey, let's talk some basketball.
Oh my gosh, basketball. I made a big boo-boo. A big boo-boo.
Rough.
I left, hold on, let me pull it up. I left so many, because usually every Monday morning, I sit in the parking lot before I clock into work, and I set my roster for the week. I forgot to do that Monday, and when I got to work Tuesday, I was like, set my roster. I'm like, oh my gosh, today's not Monday, today's Tuesday.
Yep.
So I look back, and I left like 130-ish points or something like that on the bench, and I just don't think I'm going to be able to catch up. I'm down by like 215 right now.
Oh yeah. We will be tied record wise if you lose this one.
Oh really?
Yeah, we'll both be 8-4.
Yeah.
I'm actually really close to being the third team overall, second in the division.
And I can't. And I'm losing to Frazier. What's Frazier's record? He's got to be
6-5. He'll be a game back still.
He'll just be one game back. That's scary.
That's
scary.
It on our side as well. So we have the best. We have 4 of the best 5 teams on our side.
4 of the best?
4 of the best 5.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. Gotcha.
Because it's Flint, you, me, Frazier, and then David's the only one on the other side with a winning record.
Yeah. Yeah, there's 5 teams with a winning record, and 4 of them are on our side.
Yeah. And I'm gonna beat the Kings this week. I've got them pretty well locked up. No, but today's the first day that I didn't have a full bench of hurt players.
Nice.
I had a couple come back. I had a big old 0, big old O right beside 4 solid players, 1 IRR and 3 bench players. I'm like, I'm currently winning. I'm just not gonna, because there were players I didn't want to cut.
Right.
And I'm like, I've got 3 hurt players now. When old Bam comes back, it's gonna be hard to decide who I decide to cut. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh no, he's healthy again. He must have come back, but he didn't play. Well, that's interesting. I was keeping up with the Aces in hockey until yesterday when I forgot to set my roster and
left. No.
I didn't leave much. on the bench. I only left I had a guy on IR that scores a lot of points that snuck back into play. I left him on IR and he gave me 2.7. I left about 6-7 points on the bench. But she's got me 79 to 48. Ridiculous. She'll just blast off 40 points in a day. Yeah, she scored 37 to my 24. That, like, Wednesday, I got her 7.5 to 0. But she scored over 30 points twice when I could barely get over 25. It's like, what's going on?
She's having a good season. Very good season.
She has some players that just absolutely destroy me. Oh, and that's a good solid. That's a good solid day for me. You want to guess? I had 2 goalies played tonight.
Oh no!
You want to guess? You want to guess what combined score they gave me tonight?
-10.
Negative 11.4.
Oh my gosh! Oh, that sucks.
Negative 5.8 and negative 5.6. That's why I'm like, why am I? This was a closer match. Yeah, she scored 6 tonight, and I scored negative 9.4. Yeah, I'm done with this sport. Why don't they just shut down due to the Rona?
They should.
Put me out of my misery.
Everybody else is doing it.
Just so you know, I put a little bit of Sprite in my Evan Williams.
Nice.
Just a little.
Just a little bit of Sprite, yeah.
I tell you,
that is
that spiced apple I sent you a picture of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's where it's at.
It's good stuff.
Oh man.
So
you gotta put it up to the camera and let me take a drink.
There it is.
It didn't work.
Okay.
I drooled on myself, but it's about as good as I got.
I felt that actually.
Okay.
So, hey, are you done with all these sports? With all these sports?
Yeah, let's shut down sports. I think.
Hey, retro
movie review.
Hey, remind me later. I got something to talk to you about on the Metro movie retro.
Metro movies, Metro movie reviews.
Yeah, later.
All right.
But
anyway,
right now, Spawn.
Can we say how freaking young was Kevin Bacon? Like for real.
What movie did you watch?
Huh?
What movie did you watch?
What movie did I watch?
Kevin Bacon wasn't in Spawn.
No, but he was in Tremors.
We didn't watch that movie this week. We're gonna do that one next week.
I know, I just messed with you. I watched
it.
Oh! Got him!
I'm out. I'm done.
Oh, and so I think I messed up. I think last podcast I called Spawn a Marvel movie.
No.
And it's not. It's a comic book movie, but not Marvel.
No, I think the comics were done by Dark Horse. Maybe, don't quote me on that one.
It's something called Icon. Something like Icon.
This movie was done by Warner Bros.
But it's based on an Icon comic.
Mm-hmm.
But the artist was an artist that did Spider-Man and X-Men. That he moved over.
Todd McFarlane has done
everything.
Tons of stuff. He Hellboy.
Mm-hmm.
He did one of my favorite animated short movies. That was also one of his graphic novels called The Amazing Screw-On Head.
Okay.
Hilarious. I just made water in my pantaloons.
Okay.
But Spawn. This movie was not great.
It was super cheesy. In the first 5 minutes, I'm like, oh no, this is gonna be difficult.
It's a good
I'll tell you the costume design and makeup was fantastic.
Oh yeah.
That was on freaking point. The acting was terrible. And the special effects, by Spaz, who they actually named the dog after, I don't know if you noticed that, looked like it was done on a Windows 95 computer by a college student.
Probably was.
I'm like, this is crazy. Absolutely crazy.
But it's an iconic movie. It's a classic. I remember watching this when it first came out and going, what the hell?
Yeah, right.
Awesome.
It was probably the greatest. Yeah, I can just see a 10-year-old me going, this is fantastic.
I mean, come on. John Leguizamo was awesome.
He was really good.
Him playing the Violator was too good. The best part of the movie.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
He was supposed to be the worst in the movie, but he was the best. And it was good. Let's see what Metacritic has to say about this.
I can only imagine. this could be our worst rating ever.
17 critics.
I would give it I think the critics gave it a 9.
Yeah, that's bad. We're not that bad.
Oh, really? Okay.
We're in the double digits.
Well, I mean,
we're not
that
in the
could be
teens.
99. Oh.
34.
So I'm not very far off. Oh,
we're not. I said we're not in the teens. We're out of the teens. Doubles. 34.
Okay. Okay.
It's still a big red square.
Okay. That's way better than I thought they were going to give them. Way better.
But 322 users out of 10.
Man, users.
This shocks me more than the users. In the critics.
A 6.4.
They gave it an 8.1.
Whoa! An 8.1. Wow.
So
nice. Okay.
We got on the critics, we got 4 positive, 5 mixed, 8 negative.
Uh-huh.
In the users, 255 positive.
Wow.
24 mixed, 43 negative.
Wow. That's impressive.
I can see how people would like this movie. Some of these ratings were this year.
Oh, nice. So they're like still watching it, still bringing it in. Probably as soon as Netflix added it, some people are like, "Ooh, I got to review this on Metacritic."
Newsweek gave it 5 words. Gave it a 70. Think Batman on crystal meth.
Oh my goodness. My goodness. Yeah, this was I enjoyed it. I did. Like I said, it was super cheesy, but it was fun. It was fun.
Real Views gave it a 50 and said, unfortunately, where the movie falls apart is in the storyline. Agree. While Spawn fans may be delighted by this effort, the uninitiated may have a hard time getting beyond the fancy special effects and often incoherent plot.
Gotcha. Yeah.
LA Weekly gave it a 40. If Spawn had anything close to a script, it would be a pretty nifty fantasy about conspiracy apocalypse and a fat killer clown. Like, it couldn't get out of the story. Couldn't get out of its own way.
Yeah.
I felt like it was a even worse kind of like the only movie I could put on point with this was the first Ghost Rider movie, because it almost was like with Nicolas Cage, where it was like him fighting the devil over control of himself,
right?
But done poorly,
right? I still am not 100% sure the purpose of like why he had to kill Martin Sheen's character, like when Martin Sheen was going to destroy the whole world. If like they're going to destroy the whole world anyway, it's like they just wanted to like initiate Spawn, and they said he would get his soul, but it's like, but they already have Spawn's soul, so like how would Spawn killing him get more soul?
So hell needed that. They needed that mass killing that that bomb was going to cause to generate a ton of souls so that they can invade heaven.
Right.
That was end goal, was to invade heaven with Spawn at the front of the army burning down the gate. They needed that nerve agent, whatever, that gas, that bomb to go off, kill a ton of people to tip the scales. That giant evil act of killing all those people. Right. This was what
like,
I picked
why
up
could
on.
Martin Sheen's person just kill everybody, or was he like secretly a good guy? You know,
he was trying to build power. He was trying to build an empire. I don't think he wanted to destroy the bomb. I think he wanted to have it to use it as leverage to gain power over nations.
Maybe.
And the clown didn't want him doing that. They wanted it. That's why he convinced him to put that implant in.
Right. But the clown could have easily killed Martin Sheen's character after the implant.
I think it had to be Spawn.
Right. That's what they said. That's what that demon said, but I just trying to figure out why. Why does it have to be Spawn?
I don't know. Because the story said it had to be.
I guess.
That's what the writers claim.
And I hated that big demon thing. That was just that was rough too. It's like
the thing that was exposed.
And then like as he's like going the whole time, like he's talking, but his lips are like barely moving. Like his mouth will close like once per scene, but he'll like have a giant 2 or 3 minute monologue, and it's just like, oh.
It was crazy because that wasn't the devil. That was a different character altogether.
Right. That was, I can't remember his name.
Yeah,
Behemoth or something.
Yeah.
Something.
Yeah, I feel like this movie should have had a sequel. Like this was like a prequel, like setting up the story.
Right.
This could have been made better as like a TV series, maybe.
It kind of had a TV series feel to it.
Because it wasn't a very long movie. It was only 96 minutes. Yeah, 96 minutes. That's not a very long movie.
Right.
Like, when I was finally able to actually, sit down and watch it, because I started it and then dinner happened and I had to continue to pause it. But once it, I got it going, I'm like, oh, wait, movie's over.
Right.
What the heck? I felt like nothing happened in this movie. He spent 90 minutes trying to figure out how to even do what he was doing and who was the old man.
Right. Yeah. Cogliato or something like that.
Yeah, was he like an angel? Was he like on the heaven side?
See, I don't know. I kind of got the impression that he was like somebody that they tried to make, because he said I was an assassin like you. So I took it like he was. They tried to turn him 500 years ago into the Spawn, and then he fought back for the holy side or whatever, and then
could have been.
But he never once mentioned like fighting for the holy side. He just was fighting against the demonic side.
Yep.
And so you never heard of the holy people, like, I don't know. Well, I want to see a Constantine Spawn crossover.
Man, Constantine, that's a great movie.
That is a good movie. Yeah.
What's Common Sense Media have to say about this?
Common Sense Media.
I'm surprised it's even on Common Sense Media. This should be good.
Barbara Schulgasser Parker.
Well then.
Says, for ages 15 and older, it is a 1 star. It says, violent 90s apocalyptic horror tale is dreadful. Parents give it a 4 out of 5 for 13 and older.
Yeah,
kids give it a 4 out of 5 for 11 and older.
Yeah, so, I won't let any of my kids watch this movie.
That's very surprising to me. I don't think my kids would be interested in this movie, and I don't really remember there being a whole lot of like bad stuff. But let's scroll and see what Barbara's got to say. How do you feel about positive messages, sir? What do you?
God not present.
I guess. I mean, you can maybe give it a 1 because Spawn decides not to kill Martin Sheen. Like, isn't that like, I'm not going to murder the world when I want to murder the world? Like, I want to murder him, but I'd rather save the world. Maybe half a
maybe something to do. I don't got no. I got nothing.
Well, Barb agrees with you. She says not present, but it is clickable.
Of course,
yeah.
It is.
She says,
"Whoa,
there is a devil," which I mean, I guess there's a demon. And she says a devil, so she didn't say the devil, but so she said there is a devil. He is angry, and he wants to destroy the world. That's it. So under positive messages, not present but clickable.
I do remember what I was going to ask. The young boy.
Yeah.
Did you recognize?
From Full House. I did.
He was actually from a movie we watched a while back. He was in Hook.
Oh yeah, he was in Hook, wasn't he?
He's Robin Williams' character's son.
Yeah, I do recall that. Now that you say that, he's also in Pet Sematary. But I know him mainly from Full House. That's where I remember.
What character was
he? That's a Full House kid. He was one of Michelle's school friends when she was like in the first or second grade.
Early on.
Yeah, super early. Yeah.
Okay,
but not so early that she was a baby. You know, she was like 7 or 8. So this is probably 7 years into Full House. And
the youngest daughter.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, so early, but you know that show went on forever.
Yeah.
Positive role models.
Let's give it a 1.
Barb agrees.
Hey.
Look at it. You're 2 for 2. 2 for 2. She says an intelligence analyst helps thwart the devil's plot to bring on Armageddon. A kind little girl befriends a man with a horribly burned face. So, those 2 people.
We don't want to say anything about how Spawn befriended the homeless boy that we were just talking about?
Probably not, because he got his powers from hell, and apparently she just does not agree with anything that has to do with that.
But he did.
So,
like, he had remorse when something he did caused the boy's father to get hurt and put in the hospital. Like he threw the guy's father across the room and was going to kill him.
Right.
For hitting the boy.
Yeah. So.
And then ended up, that being his only friend most of the movie. But what do I know?
Yeah, I don't disagree with you on that. But either way.
I still only give it a 1 star, but...
Yeah. Next, violence.
Let's give it a 4.
4? Okay. She gives it a 4.
See,
you and Barb should, go have coffee together.
There was there was a lot of gun violence.
Oh my goodness. And how often did you see Spawn flipping around shooting a gun just everywhere? Just,
I noticed that. He flipped off that balcony and just had the triggers just held full blast as he's flipping.
Yeah, and he did it again when he was falling off a building. Like, he was just falling, just firing his gun as he's falling. And just okay. hold your triggers,
like,
sir.
Everybody's over here, and he's flipping upside down, shooting back here.
Yeah, just shooting the wall behind him.
When he attacks that one and that one girl dies, that's some violence, because he threw her off the bill, and all those security guys came in, and he's shooting them. Nobody ever gets shot but him.
Yeah, crazy.
He did. Why are you using guns? You're horrible at this.
Yeah. He eventually gives them up, right?
But he got pinned to a fence at one point. It was riddled with violence, but not very violent violence.
Not like graphic violence.
Correct.
It wasn't it could have been way worse.
I think they used their entire budget on that hell theme when him and the old man were fighting the clown. all that CG, they used their entire budget on that and on his suit. They didn't have
on his suit maybe, but I'm telling you, man, I think.
What did they use?
The CG was.
Or they use most of their budget to make John Leguizamo fat.
Yes, probably that. Because he looked fantastic. He was fantastic. All right, so violence. She says a woman is shot in the head. Another woman is stabbed in the chest. A man is doused in gasoline and set on fire. He rises from the dead with a burned face. A woman's leg is bitten by a magical biting tool. That was funny.
Okay.
An undead soldier. Oh, the undead soldier uses on her. People shoot, knife, and fight each other. A deadly virus is unleashed on innocent people, and 10,000 are reported dead. And a man eats a slice of pizza covered with maggots, which he calls anchovies.
How's that violence?
And he didn't call the maggots anchovies. He pulled the anchovies off
because
he hates anchovies.
Yeah, he picked it up.
He ate the maggots because he loved the maggots, but he pulled the anchovies off. He wasn't calling the maggots anchovies.
He opens up I hate anchovies, and he picks the anchovies off of it and then Yeah, I wanted to vomit.
Just shoves that whole maggot. Oh yeah, my wife was like, "Oh no!" But yeah, so apparently she thinks eating a slice of maggot pizza is violent. If he hadn't done that, she probably would have only given it a 3. But she was like, "Nope."
Well, okay. That's what you think.
What do you think about sex?
Let's give it a 3.
Oh, she says 1. What would you give a 3 on, based on?
Well, he did lick the one lady's face.
Mm-hmm.
Multiple, I think, a couple times. He was putting his tongue on everything.
It went around and.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
There was a couple flashbacks of him of the main guy and his wife, kind of lovey-doveying.
Right.
There was his wife smacking her new boyfriend, her new husband, on the backside, and they made out.
Yeah. Made out-ish. I mean,
let's give it a 2. I'll downgrade to a 2.
And I could say 1 or 2. But she says 1. And she just says, a supernatural devil clown extends a snake-length tongue at the face of a woman who's tied to a chair.
That's it?
Oh, yep, that's it.
Okay. No,
I mean, just completely ignores booty grabbing and kissing and all that jazz.
Making out.
You know. But, so yeah, 1. Language. This one was tough, because I was trying to... I heard some... but not a bunch.
I don't remember hearing hardly any at all. He almost said a few. Like, he said some half stuff where he was like, you thought he was going to say it, but then he didn't. I want to say the clown said some stuff, but I guess I didn't really register. So let's give it a 2.
She says 3.
Okay.
So she lists the words S blank blank T, crap, hell, skid marks, fart, retard, butt, buttocks, D blank blank in, and A blank blank hole.
Okay.
So that was probably all from the clown.
You can't use the R word, by the way. That's not you can't say that word out loud.
Oh gosh, you're right. R blank 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 D. Yeah. So but yeah, so I think that was all the clown. But he was crazy. That was so funny. Like, it was just so just
every time.
And then
every time you fart, a devil gets his wings. That was twins.
Oh my goodness. And then it was so funny, like, did you notice, like, all of, like, the devil and Satan, like, and hell stuff that they just, like, threw in there, like, oh, speak of the devil, like when somebody would walk in, or, you know, it would always be, like, something super cheesy, like, reference to the underworld. I'm like, okay. Consumerism.
Again, something I need to start paying attention to this more, because I had a feeling it had to have been something, but I'm going to give it a not present. Or
she agrees, it's not present. Oh, don't give it anything. You're right. It's not present. Not clickable. Even.
Not even clickable? We're not going to say that this was a...
based on a comic book?
A cult classic comic book character that sold a ton of merchandise and a ton of comic books and just was huge. Okay.
All right. Drinking, drugs, and smoking.
All of it.
Meaning?
I don't know, 4. I don't remember actually anything, but I think there was some.
I do remember the clown smoking a cigar.
He was smoking a cigar.
And I think Martin Sheen's character smoked cigarettes.
Didn't he drink a couple scotches?
Yeah, he and maybe even Simmons. Well, maybe it was just him. But yeah, there was something in that glass. Some kind of brown liquid. Barbara, she gives it a 1 and says adults smoke cigarettes.
Okay.
She just must have missed those scenes. She's probably yelling at her kids.
Hey,
like, I'm trying to watch a movie and review it. I'm missing stuff.
Hey, at least it sounded like she didn't phone this one in.
No, she seemed to try.
I'm surprised this one's on their website, to be honest with you.
Yeah. And that's about it. So, what parents need to know? It's a campy horror movie from '97 about the devil and his minions. Oh, she said the devil. Once again, we didn't really see the devil in this one. Maybe he would be in the sequel. Plotting an early apocalypse that will include horrific death of most of the world's population by the way of an Ebola-like virus. It was crude, violent, and loud, and the movie includes such language as the stuff that she said, brief references to and display of skid marks on underwear.
That was good.
Adults smoking cigarettes and incomprehensible plot points. And how we were talking about the ratings, I guess she said there were two versions. She said there was a PG-13 and an R version.
Oh.
So maybe we watched the PG-13 version and maybe she watched the R version? I don't know. Maybe that's why she heard more language than we did.
I'm looking at it here on the Netflix, and it shows PG-13, but when I was on Metacritic, it was showing as R.
Yeah, so maybe Netflix has the PG-13 version, and we watched. That's what we watched. We didn't watch the R-rated version.
Interesting.
So, yeah. Yeah, Common Sense Media says technically they give it a not rated. All right. Somebody actually, an adult, said, we checked on Common Sense Media for language and sex related, and it said that there were very few of either, so we decided to watch it. And they said there are definitely more lewd comments made by the clown demon than reported. Overall humorous film for adults and 15 and older, but wouldn't recommend for anybody younger. And then somebody gave it a 5 out of 5 and said, okay, good messages. That's it. I want to see what a kid says. That's what I want to see. What do the children say? A 16-year-old said, it's a very cool movie. Only reason they gave it a 4, said the only reason this does not get 5 stars is because the special effects are really cheesy. But dang, this made in 9 and 7.
9 and 7?
A 9 in 97.
Oh, okay.
This made in 97. And then a 14-year-old gave it a 4 out of 5 and said, coolest anti-hero. Amazing. Another 14-year-old said, it is lit, it is cool.
There you go.
And then a 17-year-old gave it a 5 out of 5 and would recommend for 9-year-olds and older, saying, is not that bad. There is no sex in it, so I am okay. So, there you go. That's what the kids had to say.
So,
next
week. I just want to get an awkward silence there. Way to get our 3 seconds of silence going there.
Our listeners hate that. Do you know how many podcast reviews we get complaining of silence?
0?
You're correct. It is 0. I've never seen.
Because we don't get comments. Okay, so next movie. Have we done a Ninja Turtle movie yet?
We kind of. Because I don't know if you remember way back in the day, we used to review movies without watching them.
Oh yeah, we don't count that.
We did review Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3, but we did not watch it.
Okay.
We just reviewed it.
You got some options.
Okay.
I know how you like your options.
I love options.
Okay. We talked last week.
That's why I choose Neapolitan.
Smart man.
Yeah.
We talked last week about Tremors.
Uh-huh.
I just was browsing on the Netflix. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the original movie, the first movie.
Mm-hmm.
On Netflix.
Okay.
And they've also got Gremlins.
Hmm.
Have you seen it?
That's a Christmas movie.
That's the one. I was talking to a guy at work, and I was like, "There's another movie that's a Christmas one that I can't remember." Yeah, we do what we want around here.
I'm good with any of those picks, sir.
Have you
we
seen
can go
Gremlins?
Tremors, Turtles, or Gremlins. I have seen Gremlins. It's been a very, very long time. But
you know it's listed in Netflix as a horror movie?
Nice. Okay.
Did not know that.
Gizmo is the cutest little thing ever. I used to have a Gizmo doll as a child.
So
fun fact.
Who didn't? So you have never seen Tremors?
I've never seen Tremors, no.
I think I put that one on my list.
And I'll tell you another one that I'm going to watch, and I might just watch it this weekend regardless because somebody's like, you have to watch it. But Sling Blade. I've been getting hounded to watch Sling Blade. I think I'm just going to break down and watch it.
Okay.
But I'm going to probably watch that this weekend, so I don't know if that'll fall into next week anyway. So we can, I'm down for whatever. Tremors, Gremlins, Turtles. I'll do it all. We can watch 20 minutes of one and then fast forward 20 minutes and then watch 20 minutes into another one and then fast forward 40 minutes and watch 40 minutes into the third one.
You got me all sorts of confused right now, sir.
So,
hey, did you watch that Batman movie we talked about last week?
Oh crap! No, I forgot about that.
I figured you didn't.
I did.
Oh, let down.
I need to watch that too. Dang it! Yes.
So, we can watch. Not that. Oh wait.
One.
You've never watched Tremors, you say?
Nope.
I'm not finding it on Netflix now. It was here. Let me make sure it's on Netflix before we even make that decision. Oh, no.
Yeah, Superman Returns just popped up on my Netflix.
Nice. Looks like they removed Tremors.
Of course they did. Why wouldn't they? Ooh, The Lost Boys is on here. Classic.
Yeah, it's not on here anymore.
Of course it's not. Why would it be?
Because there's one called Tremors Striker Island that released last year. Oh, 2 years ago.
Can't watch a sequel.
No, well, no. So, Ninja Turtles or Gremlins? Or we can do your suggestion. You're gonna watch it anyway. We can do Sling Blade. Where can we find that one?
I don't. That's what I was gonna say. I don't know if we can find Sling Blade. I mean, we can find Sling Blade, but I don't know where we would find Sling Blade.
I don't know.
It's not on the Netflix.
I don't remember the last time I'm trying to remember if I've even seen this movie this century. It's not showing on Beyond anything.
So many good ones.
Dwight Yoakam's in this movie? Shut up.
Then what?
What?
What movie is Dwight Yoakam in?
Sling Blade.
Oh.
And rest in peace, John Ritter. RIP.
Added the Killing Joke to my list.
Nice. You watch that one, we won't do it. Let's do Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles this week.
Alright. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 1.
It's called The Original Movie on Netflix.
The original movie, okay.
It's called Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, The Original Movie.
Got it. Added to my list.
I remember watching this movie. I'm just going to go into a little rant here about this. I remember when this movie first came out, watching this movie as a young child and not knowing what was going on in this movie Because I remember the original VHS movie was so dark. Like, the lighting for the movie was so horrible.
Yeah.
I don't know if you remember that.
Uh,
Before HD movies. And the whole movie was, like, had a dark undertone. And, like,
right. I do remember the movie being... I don't remember it being, like, literally so dark that I had a difficult time seeing.
There was just some scenes in the movie, like, early on when they're in the sewers, where you could, like, barely see things. Like, I guess it was the TV setup we had growing up. You know, the VCR and the TV, and it was barely a color TV. You know, it barely worked most of the time, because my dad never would buy a new TV. So it always had, like, secondhand stuff. And it was just so dark. They were like, we don't know what's going on in this movie. So, that's my experience with this movie. Well, love it, nonetheless.
Let's shed some light on this situation and watch it this week.
I will definitely watch this movie multiple times this week.
Oh, snap.
By saying I'll watch this movie Friday late, right before we start recording.
Yeah.
So,
probably myself as well.
Like, I'm going to watch this on Thursday. But I will admit, I like watching them on Friday right before stream, or right before recording.
Uh-huh.
So that it's fresh in my mind when we go to talk about it. Because this thing doesn't work the greatest sometimes, and I forget. So.
Fun fact.
Fun fact. I love them. Let's do it.
Oh my gosh. Just looking at the geographic location of our of the podcast listeners.
Ooh, I like it.
And we have 4 unique listeners this past episode.
You're all unique. Don't listen to him. All unique. Go
exactly. on. All 4 of you are unique. But we had somebody from Germany check us out. So, however you say hello in German, I'm doing that right now.
I guarantee if I said hello from the United States to Germany, you would understand what I'm saying.
Yeah. And I clicked it again, and in the solar system, including Pluto, 100% of our listeners are from the Earth. So,
disappointing.
Yeah, we've got to figure out how we can expand into
Uranus.
Maybe can we reach Uranus? That's the goal.
You just reach right over here. You
oh my gosh. You know, maybe Venus or Mars, someplace fairly close. But yeah, they're all at 0%. If I click it again. Okay, that's as far out as I can go. I have no idea how to get it back.
But you said 4.
So, yeah.
Germany. Were the other places just not good enough for you to mention?
I lost it because I clicked on it to try to see if I can get some more information, and
it told you they were all from Earth.
Yeah, and then it's like, okay, so we're gonna move it into Earth, and I just lost it.
We are.
I did see less than 1%. Less than 1% were from Honduras, and let me do something here real fast, and I'll get you some information. Let's spread some love. Let's see if we can get like France. Okay, 97% of our listeners are from the U.S. 3% are from Germany. Less than 1% from Honduras, and less than 1% from Iran. So, look at that. We are international. 4 countries.
That's 47%
of our listeners are from Apple. Fun fact.
Not very fun.
People using Mac, like computers, make up 17% of our listenership. iPhones are 42%, Androids are 9%, Windows are 3%, and then whatever is other is 29%. So
interesting, because Android is the best.
Well, it gets us 9%.
Samsung, best phones in the world. Not sponsored.
Not sponsored yet.
Hey, I'm just waiting on the email.
Yeah. As soon as we get it. We're not going to be one of those guys. I listened to a podcast, and I just recently started listening to like the podcast that's been around for a long time.
Yeah.
And it's really funny listening to the beginning of the podcast, they're like, and we don't accept any sponsors, and we never will. So please, rate and review us and donate to our Patreon. And like every episode, they would mention, oh, we'll never have sponsors ever because we're not that kind of show. And then you listen to newer episodes and they're like, we'll be back in 60 seconds. Well, have you got your new quip? It's like, oh my gosh, total sellouts.
So, just so you listeners know, we will accept sponsors. We will sell out.
Absolutely.
100%.
We'll make this show just a giant sponsor.
Yeah,
I'll be like, dun, 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 dun.
Flexing on us one more time. Look at that.
Yeah, I'm going to flex on you.
He
I'll
this
wear
every
your
episode.
merch. I'll tip my cap if you want, if the Red Sox want to sponsor us, boom, I'm wearing a Boston hat.
Is that where
Yankees
they're from?
can go away. I won't accept that.
What if we got a sponsorship from the Washington football team? And they wanted to pay us like $1 million to wear their merch.
Oh gosh. Oh. I'd do it. For $1 million, I'd wear a Washington shirt.
Yeah.
I would.
I'd go to the flip side. I would totally do that for Dallas.
Yeah, for $1 million. Yeah, I would do a lot of things on the podcast for $1 million.
Ooh.
So,
submit your ideas.
If you want to put me to the test, put up $1 million and say, "Would you do this?" And
I might be a cheap date, but I'm not cheap when it comes to him doing things.
Oh, whatever. You would I'm sure there are things you would pay to see me do.
Well, no, yeah, 100%. I'm not cheap when it comes to you.
Oh, you're a cheap date.
I'm a cheap date.
Oh, okay.
But I'm not cheap when it comes to you doing stuff for money.
So anyway, what we're trying to say is, we'll do stuff. We will do stuff. Oh goodness! Oh, we got off this tangent. Wow, what else are we missing something? Any video game news that you want to talk about, or music or something?
I had heard rumors of a direct coming up, but then those rumors kind of died off.
Mm-hmm.
We might be getting a direct. Pokemon Legends Arceus should be coming out. Hold on, let me search this.
Are we coming? Oh,
good night.
Sorry.
So we still have a little bit of time. January 28th, Arceus comes out.
I thought it came out in February.
No, January 28th.
Oh no, I don't think I'm gonna have money by that time.
I mean, if people pay us $1 million for you to do something stupid, buy a couple copies.
Yeah.
I mean,
guys, hurry up! I'll eat a slice of pizza with maggots on it for $1 million.
That'd be good.
I will.
I guess
don't believe me. Give me $1 million and I'll do it.
I guess I'm gonna have to start getting some maggot pizza ready to go.
If you give me $1 million, sure.
I mean, no, I gotta have the pizza ready so when the money's in the bank.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying.
I gotta be like, all right, Austin, we're doing this. Pizza's ready to go.
Right.
We're crawling, waiting on you. We'll pick the anchovies off of it.
Yeah, I hate anchovies.
Can't stand them.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't even eat it. Okay, no, I can't lie. I would eat an anchovy for $1 million.
That's not really a big deal because they're not a big deal. So, I was gonna say music, but I did listen to some music, but I think we'd already talked about it before. It's an older band that I listen to randomly, so we're not gonna mention it.
Okay. We won't mention it.
I think we're.
But I would love to hear what our viewers and listeners are watching or listening to, music-wise. That's what I'd like to hear.
There you go.
Give us something. We did have a suggestion to expand our topics and into more pop culture, which I know nothing about.
Yeah, no,
and I said I know nothing about pop culture, and they said perfect? Wouldn't it be great if, like, we got a topic, they're like, hey, what do you guys think about whatever, like Kim Kardashian's new haircut? And then we just riff on Kim Kardashian's new haircut when we don't know anything about it, and just like go off on, like, they give us a topic and then we go off for 5 minutes trying to talk about a topic which we know like this much about. Like, I don't even know Kim Kardashian has hair, so
I don't.
you know, I
Hey
don't know.
Austin, let's do this new segment, pop culture. And there's the end of the segment.
Yeah.
Whew, got that done.
Let's go over everything we know about pop culture this week. Awesome.
Yep, got it. I don't even know what that is.
What pop culture is?
I guess I don't know.
I don't know. I'm sure it's stuff like you would find on the magazines.
Do I go to the Google machine and type in what is pop culture?
Oh my goodness. What is
Definition, please. Hey Alexa. We will work on that this week.
Work on new stuff.
Yeah, we'll see what we can do.
Okay.
I want that suggestion in the comments of this video.
Yeah.
And give us stuff to talk about.
Amen.
Join the Discord.
Yeah. Yeah.
And tell us in the Discord, because I check that at least once a week right before we get on the podcast.
Yeah. Have you checked our email recently?
I just checked it before, right as we were starting, and
fantastic. Nothing yet?
No.
Okay. Well, it'll happen. We'll get there.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I think we got this.
I think we got this. So, yep.
I think you guys got this. Like, comment, subscribe.
Absolutely. And when you leave a comment, how about this? Until we just get so massive, everybody that leaves a comment, you'll get a shout out from us in the show. You can just, your comment, if you just leave whatever name you want us to shout out, like in your comment, be like, hey, you guys suck, Brad. We'd be like, shout out to Brad this week. And let's start a shout out segment.
Let me make sure we didn't have any from our last video. I'm pulling it up now. You should have said something. I would have
sorry,
double checked that.
We have no comments.
No comments. No.
So, yeah.
No. Well, I mean, we tried.
Yeah. Yeah.
Leave us
next time.
I don't know, something on one of the other podcast platforms that I don't think you can do anything on Spotify.
They actually have. I heard that Spotify opened up you have the ability to review podcasts now.
Oh, do you? Okay.
I think they said you have to listen to at least like 30 seconds of the podcast, and then once you've listened to at least 30 seconds, then you can review it. So
you think that'd be like half? Like you have to listen to 50%. 30 seconds isn't much.
I don't know. So anybody listening to us on Spotify, let us know how accurate that is. If 20% of our listeners are from Spotify, so if you guys have made it this far, let us know if you can review us, because that would be fun. I want to know.
Yep.
And then I'll have to figure out how to look at our reviews.
You'll figure it out.
Yeah.
But hey, you need to stay beautiful. Stop hitting that mic.
I know. It's just in my way now. I'm getting closer and closer. I'm going to back away. All right, guys. Thanks. Love you. Bye.
Bye.
Peace.